Three. And welcome to the South Edition of Phoenix, where we get together every week to try to help one another in some way. And we never stop trying to do what it is that we do best, and that's create connections and do all these things to try to help one another. And that's really what it's all about. When COVID hit, it was absolutely vital for us to stay connected in some way. We couldn't even go into our own shop. We had to close it down after about 8 months after COVID. But then something else bloomed from that. We had a lot of more online clients, a lot more online meetings, and now it's almost second nature. It's nothing for a client in South America or Europe. If you have a coaching business, or if you have some value in your advice, that people will connect to you from anywhere in the world, and that was always available before, but it's so easy now because we've been through so much, right? And so just go into a little bit of education. One thing that we find when we look at the the different parts of how we do things, and a lot of it has to do with mindset. When we are looking at a client and they are looking for different answers, but let's say we are late for some things. We have to always watch the different vocabulary that we use in front of our clients. We don't want to become a victim mentality. So one of the things that we do sometimes is we say, "I'm sorry." And we should change that to something else, like thank you or something. And the reason being for that is, let's say, you come late for a meeting. "Oh, I'm so sorry I came late for a meeting. I'm so sorry I didn't reply to your email in a timely way. I'm so sorry that I had to have you wait so long." Instead of that, turn it around and say thank you. Thank you for waiting. Thank you that you have such a great patience, and thank you so much for all that you do to make it happen, to I can get organized. So this way you change everything around to gratitude rather than saying that you're sorry for something. And I mean, even in the first couple of times, I mean, it's great that a sorry works. However, when you say it so many times, then people will start commenting on if he's that um, uh, looking at their own abilities all the time and always apologizing for it, then I wonder what their skills are like as a coach. I wonder what their skills are like on something else. Yeah, morning, Sam. So change
Everyone.
your vocabulary from "I'm sorry" to "thank you." Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your email, and thank you for waiting for it. The other one is "I wish." When we say the word "I wish," when we have various affirmations, like "I wish I had the ability to lose 20 pounds. I wish my kids could keep their rooms clean. I wish I had $1 million." So instead of that, you change the vocabulary around to "what would it take? What would it take for me to lose 20 pounds? What would it take for me to get my kids to keep their rooms clean? What would it take to get $1 million? Or what would it take? In other words, you're always looking at a proactive, what can I change? Because I know I have the ability. I just might not know at that time what that thing will be. So change your "I wish" to "what would it take?" So check those two mindsets and see how it works for you. Okay, so all right, and let's move right into our introduction, so we could go through and get some of the things going here. And Rick, you were the first on the block here, buddy. I love your van. What's how's it going? Let people know
Oh,
what
we're
you
doing
do.
good. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I've got the new van all signed up. As you were saying, basically in this van, it was four companies I went to. Three of them ghosted me, and then one finally got the exactly what I wanted done. But anyway, let's prep your house for the winter. One of the big things that people have in the house that don't know how to use, which is the most common thing in your house, is a ceiling fan. In the summer times, you have your fan going counterclockwise. That's basically pulling air and rotating it around the house down from the walls. During the winter, what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise. And what that's doing is it's pulling the warm air from the ceiling and pushing it around, right? So you're actually, instead of getting, in the summer, the air is directly hitting the people in the room, right? And that's making you cool down because you're getting that wind draft. When you have it going the opposite direction, what it's actually doing is moving that heat along the walls and down, right? So you're constantly moving around. Your ceilings have a awful lot of heat that are sitting in that top 6 inches. That's where you get most of your condensation when you have insulation failure, etc., is in that top area of the room. Other things it does is if you have an area that has a skylight, it keeps that air moving, right? So that you don't get that condensation buildup. You get that condensation buildup starting up on your windows, that'll lead to water dripping down, damaging the drywall, getting wood rot, and then ends up to the point where instead of being a easy fix, just turn your fan on. My ceiling fan, I have one in my house and I have one in the other house, and they never turn off. They're either going clockwise or counterclockwise based on the time of the year. And that helps keep the whole house warm because it's moved, as I said, it's moving the air from one area to the other area and keeping that warm air. If you have a thermostat that's in your living room, right, and then your bedrooms are cold, that's the thermostat is only keeping the temperature of that room. And if you move the air around, right, then you'll get the overall temperature of the home. And that's one way to save your energy bills because people go in, oh, my bedroom's cold, I'm going to crank my heat. Right? Meantime, the living room's nice and toasty, but the bedrooms are still cold because you're not circulating that air. So Rick Boyer from Boyer Boys Home Maintenance and Repair, we fix your home.
Yeah, great reminder, Rick. Thank you so much. That's great. And over to Terry.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Terry Black, your retirement living professional expert of the group. And one of the questions I always get is, when should I start looking for retirement living? And my quick answer is, well, you can still make the decision for yourself. So it's just like pre-planning everything. You know, you pre-plan, you know, your retirement. Some people pre-plan their funerals, and it's really important to pre-plan your retirement as well, because if something, you know, God forbid something happened that you can no longer live in your home independently, and you have to move to a retirement home, but you're not able, for some reason, your mobility issues, you're not able to go out and look at that point when a crisis happens, then your family is left to make that decision for you. And what I find is your adult children's tastes and preferences might not be the same, might not line up with your tastes and your preferences. So yeah, so, you know, don't wait, pre-plan. And if you know anybody who is, you know, in that kind of like wondering stage and you know, just wanting to learn more about retirement living and living in a retirement home, you know, let me know, send them to me. I'd be happy to educate them, meet with them, and share the information so they can make an informed decision. So Terry Black with Riviera Living, and where you experience more living. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Very good. And so let's move over to Susan Abbs. You have you're substituting for Penny Lee.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Susan Ebbs, and I'm with Total Renewal, affiliated with Melaleuca.com. We help people to detoxify their homes, getting the chemicals out. Product I'd like to introduce to you today, it is called Rustic Touch. There he is. What Rustic Touch doesn't have is all of those chemicals, the parabens, phthalates, chlorine, bleach. But what it does have is product that can help to clean up the dust from your furniture, protect the furniture so it doesn't scratch as easily, and it gives a nice smell to it. So it basically replaces pledge and products like that. It also comes with the wet wipes. It's not the right name for them, but that's what they are. They're Rustic Touch wet wipes. So we can help you to clean your home, help to prevent disease, and some of these conditions that are cropping up more and more, ADHD, autism in our children. Get the chemicals out of your home, have a healthier and happier home. Susan Ebbs. And now I'll take my hat off and I'll put Penny Lee's on.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Penny Lee sent me along a script to read here. Penny Lee, your health and well-being are the foundation for living well. Don't let poor health stop you in your tracks for living well. Prioritize your health and well-being to increase your vitality through the art of feeling better. Penny Lee is a moving to heal practitioner. For over 5 years, she has been teaching people who dislike exercise the magic of their own body's way of movement to music. Nia technique will boost your energy, strengthen your body, and increase your cardio conditioning, health-wise approved. So cleanse your mind and improve your overall balance in your own unique way. She is hosting a Zoom Moving to Heal hybrid session, or in the classic Nia Zoom, via her website, pennyleeprevo.com. It's your body, it's your health. Don't postpone it. Step in today to feel in your own body's way. And that's all she has for today.
Thank you, Susan. And over to Mike.
Thank you, Tony. First of all, Rick, that was a cool infomercial, a cool tip this morning, or should I say a hot tip? Cool for the summer, hot for the winter. Very well done. So I got a question for you all. Can change happen for a distracted driver that has bad driving habits? Well, I hope so, because I'm in the business of change. Morning, Mike here, promoting We Care Focus. The We Care Focus safety reference guide that I've created educates all drivers, new and seasoned, on the financial ramifications and the emotional consequences if they are distracted while driving. This comprehensive distracted driving education is where real change begins. It will determine whether you are a distracted driver or a focused driver. And if you are a distracted driver, you can decide through this safety guide if you are redeemable as a focused driver or unredeemable as a distracted driver. It is time to put a dent in the statistics, not your vehicle. Mike with We Care Focus, steering you straight.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, great message. And over to Sam. Speaking of cars.
Right on, Tony. Thanks very much. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturris, ConnectedCars.ca. Well, first, my public service announcement. There's my contact information in the chat. I'm growing a mustache. I grow it every November, also known as Movember, Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Both my father and my father-in-law lives were cut short from prostate cancer that spread outside the prostate and ended up killing them. So I grow my mustache and I check to make sure that my prostate is intact and working properly, with regular checkups with my doctor. And so I'm encourage anyone that has not to get that done, especially when you're over 40 like myself. And if you have significant others, encourage them to do the same. Second thing is, well, it's mid-November now. If you haven't changed those tires over their winter tires, you better do it soon, right, Steve?
Yes.
Just a reminder that I take I take appointments for it. It takes about an hour's time, and I include a free brake inspection when I do the tire rotation. Sam Sturris, ConnectedCars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of the vehicle, and a heck of a lot more.
Thank you very much, Sam. That is great. And hi, everybody. I'm Tony Jennis. I'm the spirit guy of the group. I'm a married medium and clairvoyant. And one of the things I love to do is to be able to look at someone's life when they come to me, and there is a sense of confusion. And when we look at it as a reading, what does it really mean? And to put it bluntly, what it actually happens is that we all have a book, and it's a book about everything we have in our life. But a lot of times the book is facing outward, so we don't get to know what's inside. So when people come in, that's why those are the things that I'm reading. It's not reading coming from my energy. It's just that I'm so sensitive to look at the energies of others because I have permission to do so. And when you face the book out, that's what a reading is all about. Someone is reading what's going on in your life and getting the truth. A lot of times we think about the stresses that are going through our lives, that is the truth. But oftentimes it isn't. In fact, most times it isn't. There's something else going on, and it's a chain reaction, which is creating something in your life that's trying to get your attention to something. And, whether it's a flooded basement or whether something what you think is bad that it's happening is actually trying to get your attention. That's what kids do. If they don't like something, they cry. We don't say, why are they crying? We just know from the cry what's going on. And it's that same sensitivity. And every Friday at 1:30, I do an online tuning class. And today, or this week, we're going to be talking about the power of observation. The power in looking at something, not judging, not watching it as it's like a movie, but just simply observing. That has so much power. We're going to be talking about the scientific natures of it and why this is great for night terrors. This is great for kids. This is great for traumas when we just observe something and there's so much power in it. We're going to explain how to do that. And we're going to actually do a demonstration for that class. So Tony Jennis from Higher Self, where we are here to raise your spirits. So for those that are watching on Facebook Live, on LinkedIn Live, and YouTube, we want to thank you for joining in to our Phoenix meeting. And anywhere in the world that you are, you know that we can or are able to connect to anyone. If you have a business of some kind, and it does have an element of coaching or element that you can share something to anyone in the world so that they could become like a nutritionist, or there's so many topics that are very much universal where you could be anywhere. And consider coming in and joining us just for a meeting or so, just to sort of get the feel for the energy within the group. And we have links all over. And if you have any questions, let us know. We'd be happy to answer them. And one of the things that I love doing is that every week we give one of our members more of an opportunity to talk about their business, to talk about their industry, than more than in about 60 seconds that you've already heard some of the members do. And so this week we are showcasing Steve Brenninkmeyer. He is a master at branding and coming up with logos and looking at something so people can identify your business from literally hundreds of feet away because of the way that the logos are set up. And we're going to talk about a little bit of that today. So Steve, take it away, sir.
Thank you so much, Tony. And thank you for your words earlier. I was a little late getting on this call. I'm not apologizing because that was what you were saying. I'm going to just say thank you for your support and understanding. And I have a little presentation indeed of, and thank you, Terry, by the way, for your email. I wanted to share some logo designs I've done. So I'm going to share screen and show you the latest work I've been working on. And there we are. Hopefully I can get this to bear with me. Okay. It's gonna work. I just have to get this out of the way because it's covering the thing I need to show. Okay. Come on. Here we are. All righty, phew. I love it when things work.
Okay, we can only see half of that.
All right, we're, yeah.
I can see there's something behind there, but just so you know, we're only seeing half.
Like literally, okay, like if hold on, I'm just gonna show you the next slide. Can you see that logo in its complete logo?
No.
Aye. What's going on?
We can see half of it. Your page is down. Can you bring your page up or go a full page? It seems like the whole page is down by about half, which is probably the reason why it's not.
Can you see it now?
No.
Okay. I apologize for
Are,
this.
are
Oh,
you,
there we go.
there
There we
you
go.
That's working for you, right?
Whatever you
Okay.
did, that's it. That's it. Okay.
All right. Okay. So there's different ways of doing this, and I've just found the right one. Okay. So sorry about that. So I'll just start just with an overview of what I do in general. So a logo design is part of a bigger thing. I'm also helping people with websites, and it's just to give you a quick overview of what that's all about. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I do everything from paid search, search engine optimization, email marketing, social media. It's all part of a digital marketing strategy. And I use that to send targeted traffic to websites, landing pages, et cetera, et cetera. But as you see below, I got a collection of hats. And so it's very important, the work that I do on digital design for websites, because that's where a lot of people see you, right? So, but a big part of that, I wear the different hats because sometimes I got to be the technical guy that's getting websites to work and that sort of thing. But what I'm focused on in today's presentation is logo design, because it's really the first thing that people see when they're kind of interacting with you. And a good logo can really set you up nicely. So I'm just going to show you some stuff I've done recently. This is a fairly recent logo I did for real estate people here in town, and their actual name is Hollands. So I couldn't help, but it's a bit cliche, but we went through some stuff, and I said, well, would you like a link to the idea of Holland? They said, you know what, if it does that and it also says something about Ottawa, that would be great. And we thought of the Tulip Festival, and it's all linked to the Holland thing anyway. But tulips seem to be a nice sort of thing that and they really liked it. They're a couple, so the two of them there, sort of thing, seem to work really well for them. So there we go. Motivate you. Well, that's for Wayne. I did this for Wayne, who was a part of our group, and he needed a logo for his coaching company. And we came up, I came up with a quick batch of ideas, and he was happy right off the bat. I had this among the very first ones that I did, and he was right on it. He's like, that's the one. So this is amazing because sometimes it takes me a while to get to the right logo, and I'll get to that in a second. Well, actually, this logo took a while to get to. Now, this was done for Tanya Hewitt of our group as well. And in fact, we went through a big, long process, but it was really interesting because I learned a lot about what she does and what she likes, what she doesn't like, and what she's looking for in how she speaks to her clients and what she stands for. One of the things she's really into is helping clients with who really want to make a difference to the environment. Anyone who knows Tanya knows that she puts that front and center of a lot of conversations when you're talking to her. She's really, really into helping the environment, and she wants to work with companies that do that. So, of course, I made the front two. These are sort of the idea here was it's a pathway over mountains. It also could look like a tree. So I'm kind of playing with both those ideas, and it was through a series of a lot of sketching and a lot of talking that we came up with this idea. But what was funny about this project is we had a runner-up, and the runner-up was this. And she liked this because what I had said here is this was the idea of a boomerang, but it's a boomerang that doesn't come back to you. So it's sort of like you throw it out with the expectation that it's going to come back to you, but it actually gets freed. It's a bird and it flies.
Oh, where'd he go?
So he asked me to take over. So when you take a look at the logos, just joking.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll log back in. Okay, while we're waiting for him, we'll give him that 5 minutes. Anyway, while we're waiting for Steve to come back, just to give you some quick stats as to how that we are doing. Let's just okay, yeah. There we go. Okay, we'll just Yeah, let me know. Here, Mike, I'll give you the idea of the co-host here, just in case you see Steve come back that I might miss him. And okay, so here is our little bit of stats from our group. So this is our pbex.ca site. By the way, we also have a .com site, which we don't normally promote, but if you ever want us to do the .com, it's actually phoenixbusinessexchange.com. So we have that as well. The pbex.ca is the Canadian version. And so all together, what we've done is we have 465 total referrals so far for this year. This was January 1st. We started that. So 465, and that's about 452 BAMs. And what a BAM is an business activity meeting where two of our members get together and they start talking about the weather. They start talking about their families, their business. So we want to be able to strengthen a lot of the relationships that we have. So we go from a person that I know, I kind of see every so often, to a friend, more of a friend. So when we have those BAMs, it could be in a like a Korean chicken place, just putting it out there, and so we have always something that we can do and talk about. And for the sales, we've generated over 237,000 that's been reported. Most times it's a little more than this, but this is what we have that people have reported to us. And that adds to the over 7,000 referrals that we've been in through Phoenix and 4.5 million in shared business since that time. And we've also been keeping track of our e-cards. Our e-card is an electronic business card that we have. It's usually a link that we have on our emails, and it's part of a QR code. And this exchanges information digitally. Either if you're going to Costco, you can show someone your QR code on your phone, or it could be online where you're posting something on LinkedIn or Facebook, and every post that you have at the very bottom, you has to get a hold of Mike or to get a hold of Rick. Here's his e-card, and then people can click that on their phone, and it would go on their phone. So we know that every link that people do that on their phone, there's a very high possibility they're going to hang on to those contact information. And so far this year, we've got over 10,700 of those hits this year. That means that's potential business down the road for all of us. So it's a great thing to measure. Our goal was 10,000. We blew that out of the water. Looks like we're going to hit 11,000 by the time we get to the end of the year. So that's a great thing. A couple of links that we also have. We have a Christmas party coming up on the December the 9th. And that's from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It's a nice short little meeting, and it's just to sort of get together and just to do cheer for the year. And we're also going to be drawing the prize for the Phoenix incentive, since we've been starting this since January. Every time we have a meeting and people have the attendance, they get a ballot in the box, and if they have 2 BAMs, they get a ballot in there. There's other 6 ways that you could get your name in the ballot, and we've been monitoring this for and we have thousands of ballots from all these people. And first prize goes to a person who wants to go to the sunny south, whether it's a gift certificate or a voucher for travel. Our second prize is a computer that our own Josh Lamb is creating for us, and it's going to be really a kick butt computer, so that you could use it as a laptop, and for business. He's going to be checking that out. And a third prize is 6 months worth of free Wi-Fi. You send us the bill and we pay for it. There's a certain amount, but that's the third prize. And so we're drawing all that on December the 9th. All right. Tony, you don't have to be there. If you are there, that's great, but you don't have to be there. We'll make sure that if you win, that we'll pass that on to you.
Tony,
yeah.
Tony, Do you want us to bring, do you want us to donate any door prizes and stuff like that?
Oh,
or-
yeah, door prizes, sure, that'd be great. Yes, absolutely. If you
Okay.
want to have a little extra exposure
Yeah.
for your business, you have hats or flowers or chocolates or anything, that's related, that we'll be happy to be able to give that to the winners too. Absolutely.
Awesome.
We'll probably do that more as an informal thing, so
Yes.
that the people that are actually going to be there will get the door prize and they can
Yes,
take it
exactly.
home and more like it. And
Yeah,
but
our
yeah,
guests too, so that would be good. Yeah. Okay.
absolutely. And thank you for that. I know you've always been, I love getting your door prizes. I won once and it was awesome. So thank you for that. There's also the Women's Entrepreneur Network, and I believe that's the one that Susan Ebbs is doing every month. And so if you need any more information from her, so they're meeting every month, and it's a women's group, and yeah, great cause, great bunch of people, and if for like-minded people, that's great. We also have our QR code as a reminder. If you want to get a hold of any member that you want to get connected to, there's a place where everybody is in one place. Okay, so it's a great way to be able to give someone a referral in seconds, and it's on the main part. And as far as that, there is a directory that has the directory as well. As you can see, we could go onto that same thing where there's a special directory for it. So and that basically takes care of that end of it. Now we also have let's see, our calendar. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, just quickly, there's still no sign of Steve.
Okay. I guess I hope he's not still talking, thinking he's
Sorry.
on.
No, sorry, I forgot. He texted me and the power went out, so he has no power.
Oh, no kidding. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Sorry, yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. All right. We'll talk to if we have
Maybe
that.
it had something to do with Tanya's logo.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's all about sustainability, eh? With our calendar, of course, all of the activities are on here. You can look them out for yourself. The biggest ones, of course, are Penny Lee's Dancing to Heal, and those are posted on all of the sites from 3 to 4. Like for today, doing my meditation, of course, tomorrow at 1:30 to 2:30. And we've got several events going on. One of the things we want to bring your attention to is the After Hours group. And we do this once a month where it's like a mastermind group and it tries to really talk about your goals, how to get it. And our last one is going to be on the December the 5th on this one. So be great to do that. And getting into some chair yoga, Terry's and her group has the option for these as well. She does this every Sunday, and it's a great way to sort of unwind and just get some activity back into the elderly for that chair yoga. So good for Jacqueline to be doing that. And our just to show our Christmas party again on the 9th, we have all of the write-ups here as to what the prizes are going to be and what the requirements were this year. And of course, if we it's $10 per person for this, not just to help with the food a little bit. And there's nothing going to Phoenix on this. It's just to get a little better food for us. And Terry and her staff at the Windsor Park will cook up something really nice for us. As far as the party itself, you could just simply register for that. That is on our site, and it goes right. And this is what I was talking to Mike about. We could make a special thing, and this is all done through Shopify, and it all goes through as it would with anybody else. And it's a very safe link, so that that is all contained in there. Okay, and that's about it for that part of it. Okay. So let's move right into our I have portion. If you've we did a BAM with somebody and you want to let us know. I also want to know if you've done business with somebody, and any testimonials. If you have overwhelming testimonial for someone giving you great service, we want to know that for sure. Okay, so let's start. I'm not sure if Rick has to go. I'm feeling that there is a urgency there. So Rick, how was your week, or did if you know what your dad did throughout the week, or how things were?
Well, it's been pretty busy as I said.
Yeah.
We got the big thing is I got that truck done.
Yeah, that looks great. Very
And,
professional. Yeah.
He's not part of Phoenix, but I'm going to give him a shout out. His name's Kyle at the Wrap Doctor out in Stittsville. As I said, I went to 2 places where I drove my truck to them. They measured the truck. They said, "Yeah, we'll get you a price in a day or so." 3 weeks later, I was still waiting for a price. Right.
Wow.
One of the companies I actually drove all the way to Cornwall to go do. Right. And then I did it. I did a shout out. I got 2 referrals. The other guy, his company seemed good, but the problem is he was like, "Oh, my designer took a personal day, so I can't get you a design up on it." Kyle had it right away. And then another one, like he gave me this other company, just another day, and another day. So 3 days later, finally I said to Kyle, like, "Yeah, let's do it." Then the third guy finally came back with a price, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I went with someone else. He was more expensive, but he was on the ball."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's
And
what happens.
It was $300 more to get it from Kyle. But like, as you're talking about the QR codes, there's QR codes on my truck.
Yep.
Right. And then, but as I said, like it's a small company. He started 5 years ago, and amazing job that he's done. You can actually kind of see it, the shadow bee on the side of the truck and everything else. I basically gave him a copy of my business card and said, "I want my business card on my truck," and that's what he did. So, and it looks really sharp when we have the 2 trucks beside each other. Right?
Yeah.
It's sad that I have to give up the bus, but I got to get used to having a big trailer now. But what's what needed to be done, and these small companies versus the bigger companies, like the other 3 companies are big companies. They do fleets. They do all the tow trucks that are going down the 401, and this is a little job to them, so they just threw me off to the side. This little company, the Wrap Doctor, did a great job, and just love the work that he did. Dad loves it too. So that's what our week was like. Running around getting this
I just checked your stats on your QR code, and you got over 100 hits just in the last 2 or 3 months. So that's great. It means people are taking picture of it, or they're it's working.
I don't even know how to check this time. So all I did was
it's good. It's good to keep that front and center. So way to go.
Yeah.
And Terry, how was your week?
I had a great week. I was actually in Kingston the last few days doing some outreach there, and so reaching out into the community and trying to build some relationships and partnerships. So that was a lot of fun. Also, I just wanted to quickly mention that at Portobello and Orleans today, if anyone's in the East End and wanting to learn more about the future of Alzheimer's disease with Dr. Andrew Frank, he is giving a talk, and there's really some exciting news on the horizon. So it's really it would be really great for anyone to attend, and you can just show up at 1 o'clock. And also, I just wanted to recommend a book. 10x is better than 2x, and it's by Dan Sullivan. I'm really enjoying it, and anyway, just to put that in there as well. So I'm open for BAMs, guys, so let's start networking before the end of the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, good. Okay, thank you, Terry.
Thanks.
And over to Susan Ebbs. How was your week, Susan?
My week was kind of slow. I was under the weather there, but I have ongoing business with Penny Lee and Wendy Chung. What else? Dwight and Nicole, we're still trying to connect. Guy Vieux, same thing. We're still trying to connect.
Okay.
So those are upcoming BAMs. And meeting with Tony after this meeting. And I think that's it. So yes, like Terry, I need people to come ban me. I look forward to talking to some of you next week. That's it for me. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you, Susan. And Mike, how was
Thanks,
your week,
Tony.
sir?
Good. Thank you. Steve, first of all, great presentation. I must say I found it a little long, but Tony, seriously though, I like your education this morning with about mindsets. One of the ones that I used and I did an education on it at Phoenix a few weeks back was change the word should for must, so that you don't shouldn't all over yourself because you're not getting things done.
Yeah.
Really, the must word really helps. Working with Terry for the seniors program that will be launching in early 2024 in January, hopefully. Working with Alex from Evolta. He came down to the condos where I live, and he's pricing out EV stations through the 4 buildings. And Sam. Sam's working on a dash cam video, the pros about having a video, and I'm going to be implementing that on my We Care Focus distracted safety guide. That's it for this week.
Perfect, Mike. Okay. And Sam, what was your week?
Oh, just sat around, did not much, not too busy.
As long as you had enough people doing your work.
Lots of snow tires putting on.
Yeah, bad.
This afternoon, so still getting them on people's vehicles. So it's not too late for Steve yet. So I'm set for him for next week. It looks like now. Let's see what things were going on. Let's see. Well, Tanya last week, I did parking brake cables on her vehicle. Unfortunately, the adjustment connection in the car broke, so I have to get a new one of those, and I'll be doing that next week. But most of the hard work is done on that one. Well, I mentioned Steve putting his snow tires on next week. Had some issues finding his lug nuts for his winter tires. They are different than his summers, so I have to get new ones on that. Mike mentioned that I'm going to be doing a video for dash cameras, the benefits of them. If you don't know by now from listening to me, it's too late. They are very valuable, very valuable things to have in your car in case of an accident. And I continue to advertise for Mike with my receipts for Evolta. I put them with my receipts when I do work for customers in case they want an EV and the power source connected in their house. That's it for me. And oh, by the way, I changed shirts, and the reason why, of course, was Steve worked with me to get that logo done, and I've had lots of compliments on it. So that's why I went off and grabbed this T-shirt, and I even have them on my souvenir pens. So my very happy with the logo that Steve and I worked on. That's it.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, thanks, Sam. Yeah, and I had, it was great. If you're listening, Steve, once you get back on, all this is recorded anyway. It was, logo and branding is massive because it's what will identify you from a distance. You know, like it's when it's on your truck, when it's on shirts and all kinds of other paraphernalia, it makes a huge difference because it's all about imagery, and it's. So you just got to have that logo to get it. So it's very easy, and the less details, the better. If you have so many little details in a logo, it gets lost when it gets shrunk down to the size of a pen, like Sam is showing. It's got to be very clear, concise, so that it looks like that in any size. All right. In my I've been doing, still got business going with Josh. Our computer guy. He's doing some programming for our site, and ongoing business with Eric Senego. And I'll be happy to have a BAM with Mike and his team. If you want there, Mike, I can talk a little bit about the Shopify thing if you guys are interested. If you have it all worked out, it's all good. I'm just here to bounce ideas off of. It'll make your life a little easier. I'm thinking of buying one of your packages. So we'll see if we can implement that, and then we'll use that purchase to test it, make sure it worked. All right. So ongoing there. Okay. So that's our meeting for today. We're going to finish a little early. So this is great. We just gave everybody a little bit more time, just out of respect, because of our numbers. We know we could push it a little bit more, and just an ending quote. And I just wanted to reiterate this: just change "I wish" to "What will it take?" And I got that from a quote from a psychologist on Instagram just recently, and it's a so what will it take? And that's how you're gonna change and make things happen. So thanks a lot, everybody, and for those that are watching on Facebook Live and LinkedIn, have yourself a safe time. We're getting so close to Christmas, and we're still getting so close to just things that are happening. Don't make it so that the injuries that you might cause will be a reminder every year, so close to the holidays, that something happened. So be careful out there. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Well